SOAPStone is a strategy used by effective readers to identify important elements in reading a story or nonfiction selection. Students need to recognize that all good compositions, whether written or spoken, are carefully planned and have integral parts that work together in a complex and subtle arrangement to produce meaning. Originally used to dissect the work of professional writers, SOAPStone provides a concrete strategy to help students identify and use these central components as a basis for their own writing. So let's get started. The first letter S stands for speaker. The speaker is the person telling the story. It is important to note that the author and the speaker are not always the same. As you read, it is important to decipher the speaker's background to understand possible biases. In this selection, the speaker is an employee of PBS, which is the public broadcasting system. The second letter O stands for occasion. The occasion is the time and place of the piece. It is the context that encouraged the writing to happen. Is it a memory, a description, an observation, or a call to action? Occasion may also mean several other things. There is the larger occasion, an environment of ideas and emotions that accompany a broad issue. Then there is the immediate action, which is an event or situation that catches the writer's attention and triggers a response. The occasion in this piece is that students are bullied in school, and there are specific behaviors that you can identify as bullying behavior. The third letter A stands for audience. The audience is the intended reader for whom the piece was written. The audience may be one person, a small group, or a large group. It may be a certain specific targeted audience as well. It is important to identify the speaker to understand potential possible biases. In this case, the intended audience is middle and elementary school students. The fourth letter P stands for purpose. The purpose of a text is the reason it was written. You should ask yourself, what does the speaker want the audience to think or do as a result of reading this text? How is this message conveyed? How does the speaker try to spark a reaction in the audience, and how will he or she do this? In this piece of writing, the speaker wants the students to take action when they see behaviors indicative of a bully. The purpose of the text must always be considered in order to examine the argument and its logic. The fifth letter S stands for subject. The subject is the general topic, content, and ideas contained in the text. The subject can usually be stated in just a few words. How the author presents the subject is key to understanding the selection. Some questions to ask would be, how does the author present the subject? Is it introduced right away? Is the subject hidden? Keep in mind it is possible to have more than one subject in a selection of writing. In this piece, the subject is not hidden or difficult to decipher. It's bullying. The last idea in SOAPStone is the word tone. Tone is the attitude of the author. When people talk, one can easily detect tone through body language and voice fluctuations, but with the written word, it is tone that extends meaning beyond the literal, and it is accomplished through diction, syntax, and figurative language. The ability to manage tone is one of the best indicators of a sophisticated writer. In this piece, the attitude of the author is that bullying is a negative behavior that needs to be extinguished in order to promote positive actions in school and beyond. It also causes negativity and fear and anxiety in children and adults. So the article outlines a few specific behaviors and calls for action. Thank you for listening and watching my screencast. Information for this piece was adapted from the College Board.